Thank you for logging on to the PawCast for the week of Monday, February 6th through Friday the 10th. Hello, I'm Mr. Andrews, and it's time for some Pawville news. We begin our math week by starting the stock market game, the Capital Challenge, and this is competing with schools, elementary, middle, high, and even college throughout the state of North Carolina. So I'm excited. Our teams have been established. They've been checking into some stocks of interest, and we can begin purchasing on Monday. On Tuesday, we're going to be identifying quadrilaterals and the properties of quadrilaterals by using the sides and the angles. And we'll actually have a quadrilateral family tree that students will be coming home, and they'll need to be reviewing that with you, parents, so allow them to do that with you. We'll continue our review of quadrilaterals and triangles and the properties thereof on Wednesday, and then on Thursday expect an assessment on the properties of polygons, specifically triangles and quadrilaterals. In science this week, we continue our forces and motions unit. As a matter of fact, we've pretty much completed Newton's first law, or the law of inertia. We've had a lot of fun building on words such as force and inertia and speed and velocity and acceleration. And so students hopefully aren't worrying you to death, but if they're using a lot of those words in context over the weekend or throughout the coming week, please let them do it. We're just trying to practice what we've been learning and seeing in class. We will have a chance to do a little bit of review on a Tuesday, and then on Wednesday we're going to have our assessment on our knowledge and our working knowledge of Newton's first law of motion, which is the law of inertia. Coming up after that, we're going to start talking about what affects acceleration, how is acceleration calculated, and what are balanced and unbalanced forces. I want to congratulate Alyssa for representing not only the class of Pawville, but also representing Northern Elementary School this previous week at the Guilford County level. So Alyssa, great job. We're very proud of you for the good job you did in representing us beyond our classroom and our school walls. In ELA this week, we're going to start a new unit of study, realistic fiction, and with an emphasis on social issues and how we deal with those. We're going to have a new read aloud in our classroom, and that read aloud is going to be a book called Wander. Promises to be not only informative and identifying, but also, well, it does have some good writing to it. So I look forward to that. And we're going to be using that piece as a read aloud to describe a lot of realistic fiction, how realistic fiction is used, and we'll actually be writing some. I think we just had some photo bombers in the background there. I think there's one over here over my shoulder, right? Cassie Cat. Sorry about that. We are going to be finishing up this unit by students writing an opinion piece. So we're going to be developing our writing as well as talking a lot about the genre of realistic fiction. I want to congratulate Caleb for not only, again, representing Purple Pawville. We were excited to have Caleb representing our school at the Guilford County School level spelling bee, and he competed in that this past week. So Caleb, great job. We're very proud of you, and thank you for doing such a wonderful job at the county level as well. and look at all of those announcements. Does anybody ever go back and scroll the bar back and look at those announcements a second or a third time because maybe they go too fast? Just asking. I want to give a shout out for one of those announcements. February 21st, 6:30 in our classroom, Paulville class night. Now, before you scrub past me right now, I want you to listen. Parents, I really need your help on that particular night. I'd like to have a parent representing each child in our classroom on that night, if at all possible. I want to be able to talk with you about the scope and sequence of our lessons and units for the remainder of our school year. I'd like to be able to talk with you about how we can partner together better, and I want to be able to listen to you as well. It's also the kickoff for our conferences for the second semester. Yes, I want to meet with each and every one of you again and talk about a specific game plan for your child. And that game plan is going to dial in how we can make the most of the rest of this school year so that when we start middle school next year, there's no doubt, no worry, and no concern. We want to have our students ready for sixth grade, and I've got a thumbprint, and you've got a thumbprint on that child, and I want to make sure that we're doing everything we can to have them as far along as possible. So parents, please, February 21st, 6:30, at least one of you try to be there, both of you if possible. I know that's kind of hard, and yes, if your son or daughter wants to come, they can sit in as well. We'll break every fire code in the book, and nobody tell. But it's very important that we have that evening and we get a chance to share together some things that I'm thinking about and some things that I want you to be able to hear and know about.
Where is Mr. Andrews? He's in the U.S. He's at a capital. Oh, which one will we learn about this week?
Well, where in the United States is Mr. Andrews? Well, I'm flipping the script on you again this week. Last week was Annapolis, Maryland, and yes, I was tricky. Some of you put Baltimore because it was the Baltimore Orioles, but the capital of Maryland is Annapolis, where the U.S. Naval Academy is located. Yeah, I threw that one in there just so you would think. Well, this week you're going to help me and everybody else think. The state is New Mexico, and the capital is Santa Fe. I want you to come up with 4 facts, and I know some of you come up with a whole page full of it when I let you do this, but you only have to give me 4 facts that would help someone identify New Mexico, and then they would have to find out Santa Fe on their own. I look forward to finding out what 4 facts you want to highlight about the state of New Mexico. Parents, if you would, please sign the bonus answer sheet. And students, remember, you got to have your name on there too, or I don't know who did it.
Where is Mr. Andrews? He's in the U.S. He's at a capital. Oh, which one will we learn about this week?
Let's all have a great week together, and let's all get the big paw.